Hey, Anthony here from the Best in the West. Today we're pouring the second half of that last video where I showed the demo. Here I am grading it out. This is just over 3 loads, about 31 yards. So in Orange County in California, get rid of dirt. I have usually guys that backfill pools and stuff where I get rid of the dirt, but when it's got grass or vegetation, they won't take it, and you gotta. It's a little bit of an issue to get rid of because it decomposes and people don't want it because you can't get compaction with it. And this is, no one's going to take this soil anyway. It's so clay. So I'm grading this out here, and the whole grid 6 inches. He's putting about, I widened it right to left, and he's putting about a 37,000 pound RV on this. So the whole grid 6 inches. And I take 2 full trailers because in the last video, if you saw it, I mixed a bunch of dirt in with the concrete. And we just cut it where we wanted it with a shovel. The grass, so I could just pick it up and peel it. I grade this whole thing out with no laser, no strings, nothing, just eyeballing it. Once they get the forms up, I can do it with no strings, no laser, nothing. That's why you want to, when you're in business and you're doing concrete, and that's what you're gonna do for your life, you need something that has a key attached to it. You need something with a motor to make money and to do most of your work. If you're looking to watch an owner trowel concrete or be a laborer, this isn't the channel for you. There's plenty of middle-aged bloated guys putting videos up troweling concrete. You can go watch them. This isn't for that. This is how to run a business, how to make money, how to basically a jet set saltwater lifestyle. That's how I live my life. I'm not a laborer. I'm an equipment operator, businessman. So that's what you, if what you want to do, this channel is for that. To inspire people, to show you how to do it, what equipment works. But every different spot, I understand. Some places it's better with tracks or excavators or whatever. You'll know what equipment you need. I'm just saying this is ideal if you're in SoCal. Where you're at in whatever business you run in, kind of landscaping or concrete, you'll know what you need. And don't buy too much on payments and too much stuff out of the gate. Just little by little. And let each piece of equipment pay your business off for you. And then you can get to a point where I'm at, where you can just pay cash for everything you need and everything you buy. Just buy it outright. I don't really like the payments because if I want to go to the beach for 2 months and shut my operation down, I have an equipment yard in Huntington. I'll just pay the freight over there and chill out on the beach. I don't know what I'm going to do. So sometimes I'm motivated, sometimes I'm not, depending. So we're setting the forms here so I can grade it out. Because once they're set to height, like I was saying earlier, I can grade this out perfect. I don't carry a laser or nothing. We'll run string lines after I do it. And they were going 6, 6, 6, straight across 6 when they were measuring it after I graded. I had it right on the nuts. So we're setting these. We widen the grass over there. I like back dragging it and loosen it up like that, and then I'll just skin that what I pulled up. That's why I always have a tooth bucket. I don't use a smooth bucket on anything. I wouldn't mind having one, but the way I roll and carry stuff, there's nowhere to put it, and it's just, I just do it this way. I just use the tooth bucket. I've always done it that way. I just roll with a hammer and a bucket and a tractor, and I'll do anything you'll see anyone on here do. But you want to keep running it and running it, running, get really good at it, because even if you're bidding jobs and you have equipment you can't get it, you can farm yourself out and go demo for other contractors and stuff and make a really good living. I would do about $250,000 a year with each one of my rigs when I ran a service. I mean, I just made boatloads of money doing it. I still do now with what I'm doing. Now I'm bidding some big commercial. I'm gonna be pouring a bathroom at the beach in Dana Point. I have about a $400,000 case on retaining wall that I'll probably film and show it. I don't know how interesting. It's pretty cool because I had to crane the drill over. Here I am putting the foam up. I got to do everything. Oh, you guys should like the thumbnail. I put some more clickbait up there for the haters, so you'll subscribe. I need subscribers.
We got Kristen and Michigan Nick, also known as Hank. Put out the rounds. Pull it, Hank. Get fucking around. No more Yankee, you're wanky. Yes. Those things are heavy, huh? She's like a bobcat. Put the outriggers out, Nick. Come on, dude. You're on camera. Pull the pin on the other side. Grab the string.
Okay.
You'll see it. Nice. Here's the best in the West rig right here. We're in HB. Saltwater Live. There's the best in the West tractor. There's about 38-yard driveway. There's Nick. Say hi, Nick. Give him a wave. All the way from Michigan.
The bigger ones or the smaller ones?
What?
The bigger?
Big. Both sides. She does this every day. She's got it down. I just need to show her how to run the bobcat, then I don't have to do anything. I could be in the water more, where I feel comfortable. We're going to the horse corral. What do you think of that, Nick?
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. That's good. Put a little wood in there so that my back end doesn't do a wheelie. And that's a wrap.
Let's go.
So this is still part of day one. The 10-wheeler left, I demoed all the concrete, and I took 2 loads of dirt out of there, and I had the whole property graded and the forms up. So day 2, we got to hand grade some of the top half, set all the rebar, and we're good to go for day 3. This was a 3-day job. That was a $35,000 driveway. I gave the price up last time. It was $14 a square foot for demo and replace. And I had them stack all 3 trucks on top of me, because I'm just going to bang them out one after the other. So I knew it was 31 yards, so I ordered just 31 out of the gate. Just bring the 1 yard cleanup after. But it's out in front, so I didn't really care. But I had them bring me 3 in a row. And I'm setting this up here. I'm training a couple of my guys to pump too, so everybody knows how to do everything. So we have Milton pump most of this, because I brought an extra finisher on it to give them a break, because we got to cut the joints and half of it's locked in, and we do stuff correctly. We broom it the right way. You got to lose a guy out there brooming it. I already know we're going to lose guys, so I brought an extra guy. So I had Milton pump it. We got a couple guys pulling the rebar up. The Dobies, you just need it off the ground about 1 inch. This is 6 inches thick, so 2 inches would be fine. 2.5. If you pull it up too high, or it's not set right, the rebar will crack it, or it'll rust through too. Got the gas line all set. We got plastic around it. Always want to foam everything or put so it's not locked into concrete. Gas lines, water lines. This is the way to go. If you're worth anything, you're going to place concrete with a pump. They brought 3 loads in a row, and I started at 7:30, and I knocked all 3 of them out by 8:45. So you're going to tell me a guy with a Georgia buggy is going to frickin' knock down 3 loads in an hour and start bull floating and stuff? It's ridiculous. I mean, let's not be stupid. I guess you can lead people to water, but they won't drink it. So at this point, it's redundant, and whatever you do, you do. But if you want to be at the top of the chain, top of the heap, this is how you do it. You can place concrete anywhere you want, any slump you want, and you can knock them out. I think I was doing 15-minute loads with it, because I did the third truck was about 15 minutes behind the first 2. They brought them the way I wanted them. The third one lagged back. So actual pumping time, it took me about an hour. Yeah, I was done at 8:45. I had all 3 on the ground. And we just shoot poured the last half a yard I had. I ordered a yard, but it was only half a yard, but they're not going to load you a half a yard. I'm going to start bidding a lot of sand wash, pushing sand wash and top cast finishes. I'll do some of the most custom finishes coming up. I'll show you guys a lot of how to do it. So if you're in other states and stuff and they haven't seen it, it's real super nice. It's not an exposed aggregate, it's just an exposed sand. A number 3 or number 5 top cast. I like a 15 too, because it exposes a little bit of the aggregate. And we're getting the grade here down. They're just going to wet screed up the middle, and we're just going to go off that and off the chalk line. We pumped it about 3 feet off that wall, so they got that screed, and then the one up the middle here. You can do it that way, or you can set pins up the middle in half and do half and half, or whatever you're comfortable with. California elevations you have to be so good at elevations, because when they built these houses, I don't know what the hell was wrong with them, but the garages are never at the right height. So you have to deal with the garage height, the foundation height of the floor inside the house, and the sidewalk out front. And they're either, the garages are always too high or too low, and then it's flat, and then you got to try and get push and get the water out. So water is a real issue pouring concrete in California. You have to get the water out. And a lot of times it's flat, and you got to put drains. There's enough fall on this where we got it pushed and got it going, and then once you hit about where they're at, that's when it starts hauling ass out. So it's fine. That's where the RV is going to go, right there. So where he parks it, I thickened it up a little bit, even more than 6, where the tires in the back of it sits with the motor. It's holding a lot of weight. Here's Jonathan, one of my regular laborers. He's turning into a finisher. He'll be really good. Him and Jefferson, the guy in the blue. I'll have these guys in Milton with me full time. These guys get down. This is a real crew. You won't really see real crews. I haven't seen it. I don't pay much attention to YouTube or put much thought in it, but for some reason a lot of people send me videos and stuff. So I was probably gonna do like a reaction channel. You guys send me videos of other concrete or whatever, and I'll do a reaction on it. It's probably what I'm gonna do next. It will be a comedy act. I'll have special guests and some closet classics on it with me. So we're just knocking this down now. They're just gonna turn and burn it out of there, and that's the end of that. We're still on the 3rd load. They made it exactly the driveway, but out front we had to get the other yard. Here's my man Milton. Guy is running crews, started off as a laborer, full lead man. It's really good. These how you cut them when they're locked in. You won't see many people doing this. They'll come back and saw cut it. But in California, I like saw cut looks. I'm not opposed to either way. But in California, for some reason, the high-end $20, $30 million houses, $5 million houses, they think it's commercial. So they generally want them grooved in. But it's a matter of opinion. It's kind of arbitrary. There's not like a set, oh, you got a joiner, you got a saw cut. It looks good either way. But this particular homeowner wanted them grooved in. And it's easier for me because I don't have to come back. And we're finished cutting them in. When you own your equipment and your pumps and everything, I make 50% of whatever I bid. So, example, if it's 30,000, I make 15. If it's 100, I make 50, like clockwork on every job I do. And that's basically where you want to be. But with the prices of everything going up and the concrete and everything, I'm still right about 50%. And we're brooming this out here. You just get the Frankenstein shoes on and get out there and broom it. You don't broom it long ways, it defeats the purpose. Anyone who does that is a total hack. They're not an A level. Probably a B minus. To be honest, if it was my house and they broomed it long ways, I would throw them out. You have to get out there. You got to lose a guy up there. That's why I brought another guy, because I already know he was locked in between the wall and the house, and you're gonna have to lose a guy over there. And I wet the 2nd and 3rd load up a little bit more in the 1st because it was 90 something degrees. These guys weren't happy about it, but when they got all 4 guys out on it on front on the last load and it was blowing up on them, I said, "Hey man, see if you don't listen to me. This stuff would have blown up on you. It won't look like this." So just keep that in mind. You're watching the top of the chain, boys. Thank you very much for watching.